So you should have just watched the Learning Target 2 notes for parts 1 through 3, and now you should have practice number 2 in front of you, and you might be looking at that and be a little bit confused. Because I'm not there to help you today, I thought I would make a video so that I could kind of walk you through a few problems so you knew what you were doing. On this first problem, so we're looking at 3 times 2 to the x power. The 3, that's like our a value. And we know from the notes that we just watched that the a value is the y-intercept. So we're going to put the a right there across from the 0 because the y-intercept happens when x is 0. Now we know that the b, right there, that's what makes the pattern. This is the constant multiplier. So if you start here, and then that means that the constant multiplier is times 2, because that's what your b is. 3 times 2 would give you 6. Times 2 again would give you 12. And then 24. And then 48. And then you need to go backwards. What times 2 is going to give you the 3? And it would be that, because 1.5 times 2 gives you 3. So A is 3 and B is 2 in this first problem. So you're going to look to see what A is and what B is. Whatever A is, you put it across from the 0. So for example, in the second one, A is right there, so that's like your starting place. And then your pattern is a multiplier. The B value is 3, so you'd start with 2, and then you'd times it by 3 each time. Do all of the front page today, which shouldn't take too long. On the back page, it's kind of flipped. Here the table is being filled in. You have to think about what the A and B is. So if you look at your y-intercept, which happens when x is 0, the A value is 1. And the constant multiplier, if you have a half and you times it by 2, you're going to get 1. If you have 1 and you times it by 2, you're going to get 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16, so your b value is 16. And then if you wanted, you could even write the function really quickly there. 1 times 2 to the x power is all the function would be, because you have your a and your b. You just plug them in for a and b. So do all of this page. So you're doing all of the first page, front and back. Back here, same idea. You have the a, you have the b. You're just going to write the function. So for example, this first one would be the a is 5 times b is 3 to the x power. The only ones I want you to skip, though, on this page are 3 and 4. I want you to skip those for now because we're going to learn about how to deal with percent increases and decreases tomorrow during the lesson tomorrow when we do the part 4 of your notes. You know that for doubling, that means multiplying by 2, so here b would be 2. And then same thing down here. This is just kind of like the last page. You find your starting place. So that's your a value right there, 200. And then your b is what the pattern is doing. So 400 times a half would be 200. 200 times a half would be 100. And then each time it's multiplying by a half, so your b value is 1/2. So your function would be this, a times b to the x power. And that's what you're doing today in class. If you finish this, make sure that you also finish practice 1. And make sure that you now fill in all of the functions for the exponential functions on that we skipped yesterday, because now you know how to do those. And then on the back, we're going to skip this for now, and we're going to do it tomorrow, because tomorrow you will know how to do it after we talk about percent increases and decreases. So that's your job for today. Please be very, very good for the guest teacher and be hard workers. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.